Okay, so we are back. I managed to hit War Hero. I haven't really been doing any much of this talking commentary because I can only do so when everyone's out of my home. On my home, if not, the sound will be too distracting. So thankfully today is one such day. Right, so what I've changed so far since the last talk through, I'll just do a brief run through. I have actually joined a new guild, which is the North Star Barons. Also, I finally managed to pick up my favorite pilot, which is the Gunner. So I managed to level him up quite a few bit, thanks to Market the previous day having to sold him, so I managed to actually bought 2 copies and level him up to level 7. The casual helped as well. So just yesterday I managed to climb to War Hero status, but the cash wasn't that great, unfortunately. So today we'll just do a focus on how my current deck works. I changed Nuke. I put in Nuke over Barrage just because at a lower level, my squad level, I really need the extra catch-up card. Although, if my opponent plays well, honestly, I may never ever get a chance to use the Nuke. Right, so we have a Sniper daily. What we'll do is we'll try to rank. Hopefully we won't drop out of it, but if we do drop out of War Hero, we'll just try to we'll just put away the Sniper and then try to reclimb back into War Hero. Right, so what I think I would do is I will replace the Stim Bruiser with the Charge Sniper.
Bring in the big guy.
Also, why want to level up? Actually, I should level up my missile, but we'll save my credits just in case I want to level up my pilots for now. So yep, let's jump right into it. The reason why I don't want to play casual when doing my quests is I really want to just specifically focus on the set of cards that I have. That way, it's a lot easier for me to continue playing and just retain my rank. If not, if I actually do casual, I feel like I'll be wasting the level up opportunities for my cards. Okay, looks like we have a match here. Right, so in general, I think the Charge Sniper is really a win more kind of card. It helps you if you're already winning. It puts that much more pressure. But as what you're gonna see here, it offers very little when you're actually losing.
Bring in the big guy.
He's not played anything. No, okay, so he's doing a turret rush kind of deck.
Scanning for targets.
This is a good play. I wasn't able to use the arm drones effectively. I will probably lose this, given that it's so damaged already. My heavy turret is already so damaged. In fact, I'm not even going for it. It's a bit too late at this point.
We can still win, but it's not looking good. We may be down, but we're not out.
So as you can see, this is more turret sniping here. He was a deck level of 10, but as you can see, his cards. In fact, if he wants to do it properly, I won't even bother leveling up the Ground Blitz. Level 14 Core Ronin, which if you really compare, it's 6 levels above my, sorry, more than that. It's actually twice of my current deck level. I mean heavy turret level, which I have no hope of actually defending even if I didn't do a misplay there. So with the previous round in mind is actually something I wish to bring up, which is that even though the dev said that squad level tanking is fixed at this point, I really disagree, because if you actually look at the way the new cards is specific, the new cards that are being introduced, it's simply very easy to just level up a high level core Ronin, and just simply quickly go for the turret snipe. The fact that I have Arc Drones and I have Arc Mine and Nuke, all these are cards that allow me to defend against turret snipe. But however, for any people that don't have those cards, it's quite unlikely that they will be able to defend against that whatsoever. Right, so he's dropping sentries. So what I'll do is I'll drop Arc Drones to quickly destroy the sentry. Also, I will defend
Your Titans will be ready in
with
30
stalkers. Unfortunately, the Arc Boomer will probably kill the stalkers very quickly, but hopefully not before I do some damage here. The rocket grunts are coming to quickly kill my gunner, so this is a dead lost engagement. Apologize if there's stutters in between or lags in between. It seems that my computer doesn't do that well recording
Your Titans are ready to deploy.
and running the emulator at the same time. Probably cause my hard disk is maybe running out of space, but we'll see. Right, so this is actually a bad choice. I really meant to drop the Strider instead, but I made a misplay there. However, we'll still see if we can figure out. As you can see, I never had a chance to drop the charge sniper just because I'm running behind. But what we'll try now is we'll try to drop a charge sniper here. I'm not really a sniper user myself, so I do not know all the specifically good spots. I'm just gonna try what I think are spots that will work out. Yeah, like this will probably have been a bad spot. This may have been a better spot, but yeah, we'll see.
We're falling behind. Keep it together. The fly lines are open. Don't hold back.
I'll drop my nuke here because there's a lot of enemies. Even the Strider is able to reach here. Right, I want to defend my. I was going to say I want to defend my gunner, but the Strider kills it too quickly. Right, so I'll drop my stalkers to execute those runs. Still doing behind now. I really need to take control of all 3 points, even if it's for a short while, just because I'm running behind.
We just took control of hardpoint out.
This looks like it's going to be a very tough fight. I'll try dropping the sniper again. This is tough indeed. So as you can see, the charge sniper is not a very good card when you are under leveled compared to your opponent. It really doesn't pack enough impact on the field.
This fight is too close for comfort.
Hence why I kind of say that the charge sniper is a win more card. It's dead helpful when you're higher level than your opponents, but most of the time really it's just gonna, if you're lower level than your opponent, it's not really gonna help you do much.
Charlie lost. Got Bravo.
Yeah, the Arc Boom. Also, another thing is when you're fighting against a higher level opponent and he's running a lot of cards that has high HP, like Arc Boomer, Bruisers in general, it really makes it very tricky to play, because your cards are already under level in the sense where they do not have enough, they don't pack enough damage to. They cannot do enough damage output compared to kill off your opponent cards. So the fact when your opponent cards are even higher HP, it makes it very hard. Not to mention that because when you're at lower level, you need to contribute. You need to not contribute. You need to focus more on the efforts involved to destroying their troops. Meaning you need to throw more pilots in, you need to throw more burns in to do enough damage output such that before he kills your pilot. So when at a lower level, if you do when you are at a lower level compared to your opponent and you do that, you are really, whenever you start bunching up your troops, simple barrage, missile, mines, any of those ordnance will punish you that bad and put you behind. So that is the real reason why it is a lot tougher to use lower level troops to fight higher level troops with high HP, because your troops cannot do enough damage output to do them, and if you mass your troops, then you're asking for a barrage. So as you can see, I nearly dropped out of War Hero again. So I'm actually rethinking if I should probably just do casual just to finish this quest, which we will probably do that, because I don't really want to focus to climb back to War Hero every time we do a quest like that. So yeah, we'll forgo the EXP gain just to do a more simpler, to keep this video shorter as well.
Alright, people.
So
Let's show 'em
we
what we're
should
made
have
of.
an easier time given that this is a bot. Right, so we'll open up with Gunner and we'll send the charge sniper to the sniper approach. Alright, Ash is coming in. I'll need to place an arc mine to win this engagement, because Ash takes no damage when her vortex shields up. She takes no damage from the front when her vortex shields up, so even the Gunner will have no chance to even damage her. Well, this is a different engagement. So the reason why I like the Gunner is, as you can see, even at a lower level, as long as you can actually allow him to really focus fire, he can easily handle opponents that are of a higher level and not a problem. Not to mention, even at he's one of the more durable pilots, which makes him quite versatile in the sense that he can deal high amount of damage, he can tank when needed. So that's why the Gunner is really my favorite pilot, because its versatility is so high. Right, so this Boomer, I'm not sure if my charge sniper, yeah, he's focusing on the Gunner, so I should have actually dropped an Ogre or anything to save him, but it's okay. I'll drop a Boomer now and the Ghost will come back to capture B, while I need to defend C. So what we'll do is actually we'll delay it a bit, so that the Ghost has time to come and reinforce, and then we'll send the Gunner in as well. Right, so the Boomer is coming back in to threaten B. The Boomer requires 2 parts damage, which is you need robotic damage to quickly damage down his shield. Once his shield is down, then you will need a human DPS to finish him off quick. So the charge sniper took away his shields while the Strider finished him off quickly.
It's looking good for us. Don't look back.
Okay, so I'm full on supply, so what I'll just do is I'll just drop these stalkers here. So things like mines, stalkers, all the drones, all these are cards that you can actually pre-deploy in anticipation of a fight. It makes your opponent rethink slightly where they can drop their troops.
Supply is full. Give them everything you've got.
So if you're ever high on supplies, what you can do is to drop things like stalkers, drones and all that. So like this is a big coagulation of force of 4 costs for the Grand Captain and 4 calls for Ash means that the nuke is worthy nuke. Right, I think I may be able to go for turret destruction here, but actually no, the score is too... I'm already leading by too much, so I probably will not do a turret destruction in time. Right, so I'll just drop Stalkers here just to delay C, even though the Ground Captain is effective against Stalkers. So I'll reinforce with Strider. Ash is coming in, and I will have dropped my Arc Mine, but the game is over. So I didn't really see what the charge sniper offer. I mean, I knew that he helped me won that middle engagement in middle, but I didn't really focus much on where the charge sniper was actually hitting and allowing me. That would have otherwise won an engagement from me that I would have lost. I didn't really manage to see that. So we'll probably focus a little bit more on the charge sniper to see exactly how does he operate. Right, so let's just see. Is that okay? So all my cards except Ghost and Arc Mine can be leveled up. Smoke Strider may be able to level up also by the end of all these schedules. So we'll just continue. I find actually maybe all these tips can be due for a change. Meaning they can be so-called updated to introduce abilities of the new cards. Like I think what is not being stated in the Stalkers card is actually they execute all kind of grunts. So these are the things that you wouldn't have find out until you actually have seen it yourself. Right, so I'll send the charge sniper to the perch. Ground Captain is coming in along with Gunner, so this engagement will be a lost engagement. I will need to reinforce it. I'll try putting in a Ghost. Unfortunately, I think this is still would have been a lost engagement. Oh, looks like not so. See, so the Gunner was able to tank both his Gunner and the Ground Captain well enough for my
30 seconds.
Ghost to finish up, and also the Charge Sniper managed to easily kill the Spectre Captain, given that he's robotic. So this Ground Captain will now proceed to kill my Ghost. I'll need to actually defend this point. Let me see whether I can just zoom in here. This particular spot is a useful spot. You can send a troop in to hold this point and it will hold B, along with and being able to engage on the high ground. Right, so let's see, this Charge Sniper will be able to kill this Spectre Captain before he captures the point. Right, so I will actually need to send in both the Ogre and the Strider here in this case, just because I don't want my Ogre to be damaged too much by his Gunner. The Ogre is a good tanking unit and he has nice AoE. People have said that it's a lot better than Ion as well. Which I suppose it is. That is true. But really, the Ion is more for robotic DPS. So I would say, given that if I have to engage with a group of Stalkers, do I prefer Ogre or Ion? I would have to say that I prefer the Ion. Just because the Stalkers are so tanky. So as you can see, I bumped his Gunner with the Smoke Strider just to do a counter reset so that my Gunner can actually focus fire on his. Right, so this actually is a worthy nuke target, so I'll just do a nuke here. Right, so I suppose the Charge Sniper is very good in this lineup just because it's just destroying his Spectre Captain, given that him being here actually covers 2 hard points, so really the only place the Spectre Captain can go to right now is C. So as you can see, the charge sniper actually does,
We've
or rather I should say sniper cards in general are the strongest when you have control of the hard points. Unfortunately, when you are losing control of the hard points, that's the real issue. They don't really offer much, because just to deploy your sniper back into the game safely requires you to actually have some control of the map. So when you actually lost control of the map, all of a sudden one of your pilot just becomes pretty redundant. There are spots that I suppose that they are more defensive position when you're losing, but then the issue for me is that if you place there, for example, let's say you're losing maybe 50 to 80, and you have lost control of all the hard points. So yes, you can put the sniper, say here, which I know it's a bit of a defensive position, but it means that he only managed to cover one hard point, possibly two, I'm not too sure. But the issue is that when you're losing, you need control of all the hard points. So even if you deploy him into a defensive position, and let's say your opponent just ignores him and he holds two hard points, he just gives you the third one, and he's leading, so it will actually mean that he will win first before you. And the issue is that you cannot redeploy your sniper, because, well, he's there, and if he's not being killed, then he's basically just stuck there the entire game. Honestly, I think snipers would be a lot scarier if, let's say, you have a sniper card, but at 3 costs you can just simply play the sniper card again, and the sniper will move, or maybe they'll deploy a fresh sniper. But I think that would be a pretty interesting mechanics, but not as of now, just because the charge sniper is quite overpowered in my assessment of this card, just because he has a high HP, a lot more so if you actually okay, let's do a comparison actually. So as you can see, the gunner still has more high HP than him, but let's actually compare him to, say, a striker. As you can see, he has a lot higher HP compared to the striker. The striker simply has high HP just because it's high level now. But yeah, in terms of DPS, his robotics is a lot higher naturally, given the H charge. But the real issue is that for sniper cards, to actually really destroy a sniper, or to so-called catch a sniper, there are things like missile, mines, specters, all that they can deploy in those off the hard point position, I would say. So when you have a robotic DPS sniper, it quickly eliminates all these counter cards it has with the sniper. You can't missile or mine it because it takes 2, and it's not as if like the missile is a pilot card that you can always just pull out. Because if I use a missile here, I'll actually need to spend a few more cards before I can actually recycle back the missile, which all the while the charge sniper may be doing work. And also that in the starting engagement, which is the first minute, you don't have access to your Titan, so you really have to just rely on your pilots and your open cards to deal with a sniper. So that honestly makes him quite difficult to be played, as well. Quite difficult to counter, not to be played, sorry. So far, the only reliable way I've managed to deal with a charge sniper are Ghost and Barrage when necessary. That is against, of course, skilled sniper users, where they actually defend your attempts to flank the sniper. Oh, I have a login cache. Let's just collect that.
Looking for something special?
It's okay, the ogre is welcome. Right, so let's just see whether I have any guild missions that I can assist with. I don't have a sim ninja. I don't think anyone wants to put the sniper spectre, since I'm okay to just put mine in.
Online.
Oops, I clicked rank, then let's see, yeah, I managed to cancel it. Sometimes the cancel button doesn't really work quick enough. Right, so it seems like we have a match against another bot, so that makes it easy,
Prepare
thankfully,
to
to do
engage
my
enemy
quests.
forces.
Right, so given that it's a bot, I have no issue to just send the sniper onto that sniper perch. He has a sim ninja, which my charge sniper should deal quite a bit of damage to him. If he's targeting, yep, he's targeting the sim ninja. So actually what we'll do here is
Charlie lost.
we'll actually try to keep the gunner at C. Hopefully with the support of that sniper he managed to do it. He just barely did, does. So I'm not gonna reinforce this gunner because the trust sniper there will actually do work on the drones. Sim Ninja might be dropping in here soon anytime, so I should be ready with that drones if needed. Right, so I'm sitting on a huge supply advantage, so I'll just deploy the drones either way. Right, so this gunner should probably he dies to the arc booster. Right, I'm sitting on the supply advantage again, so what I'll do is just drop an ogre, and I'll drop Strider just to quickly deal with this gunner here, so that the charge sniper can quickly finish off his target and engage the sim ninja. Right, I will send a gunner to B. I think what we can do is we can do a turret destruction here. So what I'll do is we'll send the smoke strider in to deploy smoke at the two medium turrets first. Oh, looks like my truck sniper fell down his roof. That's unfortunate. So as you can see, the problem now is when the sniper is placed in a manner where he's unable to redeploy. You are kind of stuck with him there. So that's why I think that having to spend more cost to redeploy your sniper might make it a little bit more versatile. But of course, I really think that they need to balance this charge sniper a bit first. Because if I have a charge sniper can actually redeploy as and when, as you can see, at a higher level, I have rather when I'm winning, I have such a huge supply advantage. If I can just simply redeploy my charge sniper as where I need it, it may become quite broken. Okay, so it looks like we may not be able to do that turret destruction. We'll try because the medium turret is not dead. Actually, I'll just deploy this outgrown here while the medium turret is focused on the strider there. Oh right, I actually welcome this just because I want to redeploy the charge. Right, so what we'll do is actually we'll send in our titans just because I see that he has 1 and 2 out on the field, which means he only has 1 available titan to defend against this. So I'll send the stalkers in to tank. I was gonna send the stalkers in to tank for the smoke strider, but I was a little tad slow. So we're gonna have to live with this now. Right, the arc rolling comes and unfortunately he destroys the mines that I placed here. But it's not an issue, so we'll just redeploy that. And this should put the turret quickly to nukeable level. Right, I think a nuke should be able to destroy this now.
On the run. Good job, soldier.
Right, so I believe just one more round and we'll clear that charge. Right, let's see whether I can level up. Nope, pretty close, but not yet. Right, it's another bot. We will quickly wrap
All right,
this up.
people. Let's show them what we're made of.
Locked and loaded.
Right, so I'll send the ghost in to deal with this
Stealth systems active.
I want to keep my gunner relatively healthy, so what I will do is I'll send the stalkers here. Right, the boomer would kill the ghost, but he will have taken significant damage. So what we'll do is we'll deploy a charge. This gunner, luckily he focuses on the stalkers rather than my own gunner, so my gunner will pick him off. Oh, I actually made a mistake. I shouldn't have sent the ghost in like that. Striker is the only card that then quickly kill off the ghost when she breaks out, because the striker initial damage output is maybe one of the highest compared to all the other pilots, except for maybe Boomer. But then, even then, the Boomer requires a little bit of lead time to shoot that rocket. I'll drop the Ogre just to bump the gunner to do a reset. Right, so this striker is coming in. We won't think too much. We'll just send a strider to do it. The strider is basically kind of like the striker version, the Titan equivalent version of the striker, except that he doesn't need to reload. Right, so we have control of all the hard points. The gunner will proceed to the heavy turret to commit suicide, sadly. Right, so this gunner is coming in here. I'll probably distract it with the drones just so that my ghost will pick him off. Right, so let's see. As you can see, let's see the charge sniper actually do some work on this striker. As you can see, it's 3 levels lower, but just the fact that it's continuously firing like that actually takes out nearly his entire HP pool. Right, I'm sitting on all the supplies again, so what we'll do is we'll just deploy to defend the hard points. Right, so the Core Ronin is coming in. One of the good counters to Core Ronin are Smoke Strider. I'll throw in Arc Mine just for good measures. So because I need to make sure that the Core Ronin doesn't do that. Doesn't execute my Smoke Strider. Unfortunately, his Titanfall of the Ronin actually destroys my Arc Mine. Because the thing about Smoke Strider is his smokes ends the moment he dies, or after a certain period of time. Right, so I'm not going to think too much, I'll just nuke this. Right, so I was saying the Smoke Strider sets is active for a period of time. However, if you do kill him quickly enough, his smoke dies the moment he dies as well, regardless of whether the timer for the smoke is up or not. So that is actually one way to deal with the smoke strider. If you actually manage to say drop, you can't really drop mines on the smoke strider because the smoke will destroy the mines. But if you can actually, maybe you have a BT around, or you have a gunner that's actually focused firing on it, or arc drones, you can actually make sure kill him and make sure his smoke doesn't damage too much of your ground troop if that's what you're trying to avoid. Right, I'm not going to think about this since Scott is so close. I'll just drop a nuke.
Charlie secure.
So the trap sniper softened out quite a number of targets for me here and there. So yeah, it's honestly I could have gotten a worse quest. I could have gotten a deport, or I'm not particularly a fan of Grenadier quests as well, just because currently I find there are not really too much of a good Grenadier card, with Hollow now costing 3. Hollow, a good counter to the, oh my god, speak of the devil, looks like we'll have to run casual all the way for quest today then. Alright, at least my ghosts can be leveled up now.
Jump systems active.
And my arc mines, so I'll just upgrade this too. Right. So I honestly do not want to pick the Grenadiers, but yeah. I suppose we'll go with the Hollow. The Grenadier is a little bit too squishy now for me, especially when I'm at a lower squad levels. I think the Grenadier will just die too quickly, so we'll take up the Hollow Grenadier instead. Right. Let's just try one rank actually. If we drop out of it, I'll just do a quick swap back to my original deck. And it looks like we're fighting a human player, so yeah, we'll just have to try. Boomtown Hall as well. So Boomtown is one of those maps that if you're at a lower score level, it does you a disadvantage because your Reapers will be lower level. So right, we'll just try our best here. Right, he hasn't deployed any pilots. I'm guessing this may be a turret rush attempt.
Bravo secure.
We'll find out soon enough. Still hasn't deployed anything, which is quite strange. What we'll do is we'll actually put an arc mine here just to defend in case he does attempt to do a turret rush. It looks like he might be just AFK at this point. Right. What we'll actually do is drop stalkers here just so that we can quickly destroy this medium turret. Yeah, he actually looks like he's AFK. I mean, it's good for me, but hopefully he isn't playing rank. Not, he'll actually drop 50 trophies. Right, you see I'm constantly just checking back to make sure that it's not a turret rush attempt. Right, so his heavy turret is focusing on my gunner.
You're crushing. Don't let up.
Run. Deploying smoke.
We'll deploy the gunner because I think my Titan should be able to deal with this quickly enough. I'll drop a nuke just for the finish later. Right, hopefully this guy isn't playing rank. Yeah, finish up before the nuke hits.
Don't look back.
So as you can see, I deployed the smoke strider straight away to the heavy turret just because it's a good source of DPS, not to mention it actually prevents him from running any mines. Right. So actually, let's just continue to do rank, because I really do want to save my casual XP levels.
All right, people. Let's show them what we're made of.
Locked and loaded.
Right, he's having a Spectre Captain. A go counter to this would be the Arc Drones. Right, he has his own ghosts coming in. Quickly kill off my gunner, along with help with the sniper. This his sniper kills off. Sorry, my
Be advised.
my ghost broke his her cloak to deal with this ghost. I mean his sniper. So as a result, right, this actually is quite tough. I probably have to save a little bit of supplies here at this point. We'll try to take back the whole point. Reinforce it. Oh, he has sniper specters here. Probably just destroy it with the
Titans are ready to deploy.
so the snipers will actually focus fire on, I was gonna say on my hollow, but it looks like they actually hit the main grenadier. Ah, the BT. Right, let's drop our mine,
Step on this, Titan.
and we'll send a gunner in as well.
Stay frosty. We haven't lost this one yet.
Bravo secure.
We'll actually drop the Strider here just to make sure that his attention is he quickly destroys the snipers instead. I was gonna say hopefully it was to save my gunner, but that didn't happen. Right, he's sending a ghost in. What we'll do is actually we'll drop these stalkers right here. This is good for me. The ghosts and the snipers are both engaged on the stalkers, which means that I can actually deal with
We're taking Charlie.
the sniper when his attention is caught. Right, so he sent a core ion in. Oh, okay, this makes it new worthy. The Reaper was 5 costs. Hence, to damage to kill off a sniper, deal a little bit of damage to the medium turret and the nuke. All that was pretty worth to me. Right, I'll actually deploy a drones here. I'll deploy a smoke strider here. Send a ghost here to deal with that sniper.
Bravo hardpoint lost.
I'll send the gunner to capture C. It's fine because the reason why I don't choose to engage with the core sniper there is because core ion there, just because honestly it's hard for me to flank him given that I can't deploy my Titans on C.
This fight is too close for
Oops, I misclicked that, but it's okay. I'll send the ghost in again to deal with the sniper. I'll hold this area off with the stalkers. Well, it looks like he's running a casual deck with the amount of legendaries that he has. So as you can see, legendaries, one or perhaps even 2, but anything actually above 2 or 3 makes your deck pretty cost ineffective. Also, he's running what I can possibly think as the weakest card in the game. Sorry, this is actually not the weakest card in the game. Depots. Specifically, what do I think are the weakest depots? I think it may have to be Spectre depots. They recently buffed it to deploy 2 Spectres at one time, but even then, if I realize it only gives you about 8 Spectres and it's not at once. So the real issue with Spectres and all and grunts, rocket grunts, is that you realize individually their firepower is really lacking. So yeah, 1 and 2 isn't that big of a difference actually. Not to mention it costs 4, so actually even just dropping a regular mines near that will probably make it more trade effective. Will make it effective for trades. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, honestly, the only thing, if I have to say that's good about the Spectre Depot, is it does bumps and Titanfall damage on drop, but yeah, for 4 cores you might as well just drop a real Titan, you know. Right, I am doing surprisingly well for a quest that I thought I would do really bad. Let's see whether I can keep this up.
Prepare to engage enemy forces.
Right, I didn't actually pay attention to see if that was a human play or not, but given by the good luck and the Grenadier, I'm guessing it may not be. Right, so fortunately I don't really have a card to deal with this. Given that his given that his Pyro Bruiser just came in, however, this is okay to nuke for me. Unfortunately, my gunner will probably commit suicide in that thermal pool.
Your Titans will be ready in 30 seconds.
Right. Well, I'm actually gonna use the Grenadier here for the first fight.
Hello to Hardpoint Bravo.
The Pyro Bruiser will create a thermite pool with B, which I'm thinking if I really want to avoid that, but I think that's okay. Right, Ash is coming in.
Titans are on call. Give the word.
Bravo hardpoint.
Yeah, I dropped that wrongly, so I'll actually have to do an arc mine here.
Step on this, Titan.
Right, I'll send the ghosts in to do a backwards cap. Right, the Ronin's coming out. We'll need to do a support to this ogre. I'll deploy the gunner. So to that spot there, it captures B at the same time, as well as allows me to engage this Titan safely. Right, that ogre is gonna die, which means that Ronin will quickly go onto my gunner if I leave him undefended, so deploy a smoke there. Right, the Grenadier is coming in. I'll just drop a Strider so that he will quickly kill this and then do his round to defend all my hard points as it crosses to the medium turret.
Don't hold back.
So as you can see, in all this engagement, I have not really even touched the Grenadier more than once, which probably to me is that's just because the Grenadier requires that linear movement, or rather the Hollow Grenadier requires that linear movement, which means that his Hollow always needs to be in front of him, which makes him cycle between the hard points quite slowly. Right, so this is an issue. I'll try actually do the Hollow Grenadier for once here. Deploy a Ogre to defend A. Right, hopefully my Grenadier kills them. Actually, I'll just do a nuke here, just to damage that Reaper. Right, I need to gain control back of my hard points. We'll do a Stalker to do a backwards cap here. Grenadier will just die to the Ghost. No, I destroyed his medium turret, so actually I can deploy my Titan's string onto his hard point A. Right, again, the Ghost will probably kill the Grenadier really quick. Ash is coming in, I should probably put out mine. Right, at this point the game is pretty much over.
They're on the run. Good job, soldier.
Right, let's continue doing rank. Right, another bot.
We're counting on
Honestly,
you, Commander. Good luck.
you realize that I've been half, nearly 80% of my battle through bots. I'm guessing that maybe because I'm at a low level and my trophy shouldn't be that high given that it's that low. So this is an issue with quests sometimes. Right, so I deployed the Unglones in a manner where it's right above the boomer, so that it quickly takes out issue. But in a way where the boomer actually requires 3 shots to completely destroy, 1 for each drones. Right, the same danger is coming in. Hopefully my drones will be able to kill him pretty quick. Okay, so this is where the hollow Grenadier excels in first place. So against melee units, the melee will go against his hollow first before they proceed to the actual Grenadier. Right, I will drop a gunner here just so that the pyro will climb up to engage with my gunner, and he will take damage from the medium turret. At the same time, when it dies, the thermite pool will be above rather than on the hard point, so that my pilots don't commit suicide in his thermal pool. There seems to be a little bit of a bug though, where my gunner didn't attack him at all. So that's unfortunate, but it's okay, we'll deal with it. Oh, Grunt Blitz are coming in. My Grenadier one-shots that Blitz Grunt at B though. And Ogre and all that makes quick shot work of the one at C. I suppose I'll just drop a Stalker just because I have running full supplies at this point. Right, the thermite will probably kill all my pilots, except for the gunner. Thankfully the gunner drops in a manner where he doesn't take the thermite damage.
More supplies on its
right,
way.
so the boomer is coming in to C again. What I'll do is I'll drop a hung mine, followed by a ghost to quickly deal with.
Resources boosted.
Right, so this is a look. I was gonna say if he didn't climb up, I could actually use my Titanfall to bump him further away, so that when he dies,
Your supply
it's
meter
not
is
gonna
full.
be in a manner where the thermites will actually destroy the pilot. I didn't realize I lost the engagement because Sim Ninja came in, so we'll have to actually deploy a smoke strider here. Right, I suppose I'll send a Grenadier to be, although that may not have been the best choice given that the thermite pool is there, but we'll see how it goes. Thermite should be ending soon though. Yeah, so Pyro Bruiser is one of the more difficult pilots to deal with because he has a high human DPS thanks to the thermite, but it is after that effect that normally does a lot of work. Right, so I was essentially going to drop the arc drones to deal with this boomer, but this two Striders with both type of robotic DPS and single human DPS target will quickly clean them up. So the arc drones actually really didn't need to be deployed, but I'm running full supplies now, so I might as well have just deployed it. Oh. So it looks like that maybe have been a desync. I don't seem to recall that I hit 100 yet. I believe I was at 87. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, the server side, honestly, on this game has been having a little bit of issues for quite a while. Not sure if it's anything to do with EA acquiring Respawn, but hopefully it doesn't affect the future of this game. Right, so this I started this account late, so I'm actually pretty behind the rewards for. I'm actually at the reward where we'll get all tokens. It would have been nice to actually finish this set of rewards earlier so that I can get the light Titan bundle, but unfortunately that's no longer a thing. So we'll just actually take all these tokens and save for future bundles if I do want to get a card, or just to get credits to upgrade my units. But at this point I really need the card XP more than I need. I mean, I need the cards more and the card XP more than I really do need the bundle. I'm sorry, I mean the credits. Actually, let's just do a quick check. How long have I been recording? Can't tell.
Prepare to engage enemy forces.
We'll quickly finish this up though. This will be the last game for this recording. Nope, it's the same dude that was AFK previously. Guessing it won't be that easy this time around though. Right, he's dropping all his pilots in like that, which is what I never recommend, just because of what I'm about to do here. So as you can see, this is that would have been a worthy trade for me because the Arc Boomer was 4 costs, the Hollow Grenadier was 3 costs. So for Sentry Tech, what you want to do is wait for him to deploy the Sentry before dropping the Arc Drones, because his trail threat comes from the Sentry more than it does come from the actual pilot itself. Unfortunately, I got no real good way to deal with this Hollow Grenadier. In fact, I'm gonna lose C as well, just because I can't deal with the Stalkers quick enough. I'll have to drop a Titan at this point.
Titans are ready to deploy.
His Grenadier, however, I won't be able to kill because they will move to A. What we'll do is we'll drop his control of all the hard points. I can't commit troops to this new Atlas with this new Atlas here, just because the nuke will go off and quickly destroy whatever I have there. In fact, I think I'll just nuke this, just because to quickly deal with the Reaper and to defend my C. Right, at least I captured this point before my ghost commit suicides against that sentry. Let's see what we'll do. So we'll drop Stalkers here at B. Right, the Arc Boomer is coming, which is what I feared actually. But let's see what I can bump him with this Strider. Right, my Reaper is dead against that Arc Drones and all that. We'll deploy a Smoke Strider here. as you can see, I have no chance to deploy the grenadier at all. Suppose I'll try and deploy it here. Oh, he drops a Spectre depot. So at 5 cost, I'll drop a arc mine to deal with it.
Alpha secure.
Right, I'll drop Stalkers at B again. Right, he's sending in the Hollow Grenadier here. I can't really deal with it because I don't have any cards to deal. Actually, I'll send in a Ghost to try and deal with this. I'll drop a Hooker here to quickly kill the Stalkers and my Gunner to prevent the cat. Yeah, so as you can see, I couldn't deal with that just because I couldn't drop a Titan at C. He dropped. Oh, that was a bad choice. I didn't realize. I forgot the sentry was there. So yeah, that would just be free for him. Again, you can see I can't really deploy the Grenadier properly. I'll try to deploy it at A, I suppose. Yeah, so this will take out all my units.
We're falling behind. Keep it together.
Drop a arc mine here. Again, I'll try to deploy the Grenadier to A. The BT is the one killing my troops deployment. Just drop a nuke. But unfortunately, this round is lost. Yeah, so I had real issue dealing with the Hollow Grenadiers just because I didn't have any troops, or rather this map didn't allow me to play my Ghost in a way where it was easy to backstab the Hollow Grenadier. So that was pretty unfortunate, not to mention his nuke Atlas actually prevented me from massing my troops just because of the danger of the nuke, the after nuke taking away all the troops. Reaper wise didn't really give me that big of a problem. Because actually it made my nuke justifiable, but unfortunately my own Reapers weren't that effective due to the low levels. Yeah, the Reaper in fact may have been my only choice to deal with the Hollow Grenadier properly actually. Right, so it's the same guy but different map. So I'll show you how I deal with this Hollow Grenadier on a map where it's easier to send my pilots off. Because that map didn't really allow me to play my Ghost in a manner where I could backstab, as what I was saying. So another way to deal with the Arc Sentry actually is to play Arc Mine. So the pilot will trigger the mine and disable the Sentry for a while. So watch. So basically, as you can see, I managed to do a little bit of damage against the Grenadier on a more even level playing field. That would have been lethal. Right, I'm actually preparing to drop a nuke just because there's a whole configuration of pilots here. Oh, but he dropped his Arc Boomer, so what we'll do is actually we'll bait his Arc Boomer in as well.
Nuke incoming.
Bravo secured.
Right, so the Hollow Grenadier actually has no problem taking that C by himself, so I'll just let him deal it. Again, he's sending his Hollow Grenadier into A. I won't drop the Ghost directly now because it will just commit suicide against his Hollow rather than the Grenadier. So what I'll actually do is I'll wait until his Hollow Grenadier starts to move to B, and I'll send my Ghost to intercept the actual Grenadier. Yeah, again at a higher level that would have been lethal because I had 2 shots off. Right, so he actually destroys my Ghost to prevent him from catching A, so I'll just drop Stalkers here. I'm not going to bother engaging that because the nuke will go off either way. Right, he's sending his Grenadier to C. This is easier to defend because I can drop a Titan on the point.
You're crushing. Don't let up. More supply is on its
I
way.
will drop my own grenadier. Right, so unfortunately the nuke will take away all the forces here. But that's
Supply lines
okay.
are open. Don't hold back.
The BT, however, is
Bravo
another
hardpoint
issue.
lost.
Try to defend quickly.
Deploying smoke.
We're taking Charlie. Got Bravo.
Again, we'll deal with. Unfortunately, I didn't place the arc mine right. So this is what happens if you deploy the ghost too quickly. Probably do a nuke at this point.
Bravo hardpoint lost.
I'll send in the ghost to capture A. Not sure how he'll react to this. Okay, it seems that he's dropping to defend. So what I'll do is I'll drop the stalkers here. I'll send my own grenadier to hopefully mess up his pilot movements. Oh, there comes the blast specs, but honestly it's a lot easier to deal. So the grenadier is good in this case where he defends the blast specs, blast, at least even for a little while. So as you can see, the new Atlas
The enemy is taking their doors.
the new Atlas ignores human pilots, so really the new Atlas is more of a card to defend against heavy when there's Titans involved. When there are no Titans involved, however, it won't stay to engage, hence the nuke will detonate in so-called the wrong area. Unless you're using the new Atlas for turret destruction, then yes, that would have been okay. Right, so that's my quest all finished. Surprisingly, I actually managed to play rank.
Looking for something special?
Right, so again, out of all this, really only I would have liked the Ogre, the rest I wouldn't have taken. Just because Reserve Atlas on this is the worst Titan in my opinion. It doesn't pack enough damage compared to the Atlas. And it's not per se as tanky as the Reserve Ogre as well, so it's limited in its choice. I suppose if you're running a whole cheap Titan pilot lineup, I mean a cheap Titan setup, then it could fit in, but even then I would consider twice before putting him in. Mortar Ogre is a turret destruction Titan, so there's not much to be said there. And Sniper is unfortunately being countered by too many cards. Simple Missile or Mine, which are both the same cost, so I easily deal with her. Not to mention Spectres. Right, so that is the quest. I'll cut this video here. Hopefully this managed to help you. I'll just do actually guild missions here and there.
Slice and dice.
Death from above.
Shield core online.
I got him in my sights.
Building specters.
Right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.